Hi, welcome to Ocean Yemi's channel. So as you can see, I'm just gonna chat and all that, and you know, this free fall basically, right? So today, right, Blaxit had another victim came onto unapologetic Negropeans channel today, saying that she was had by Blaxit. This is not looking good for the Blaxit crew right now. Um, it just looks very, very, very not good because the lady, she was a Nigerian lady. She purchased land from her and she went through a whole heap of drama with the papers. But this lady is Nigerian because there is Nigerians in Gambia. So she went through some problem with the paperwork and basically I'm just watching and see how the cards fall on with Blaxit right now because it ain't looking good right now for where I'm sitting. And what's the next thing I was going to talk about? Oh yes, the next thing was that Haman Jallow and his thing. So as you know, those who follow the expats and etc., there's been a bit of scamming problems going on where I think a Gambian man and his family is getting had by, well, they say it's an American, but then they worked out she's not American, or she could be one of the American expats that Jayola's met, or I mean Herman's met, and he is putting out a crowdfundme, and he's trying to get money to build another house or to fix his parents' house. But the thing with that is it seems kind of iffy, and a lot of the expats are onto it right now. So, right now, there was a whole detective work done, and they figured out that the lady is either right because he already has a wife already. I don't know if I'm telling the story properly because I know sometimes I start in the middle. So if I start in the middle, tell me to start from the beginning, yeah, because I tend to do that. Anyway, the story was there's a video put out by Haman Jallow, and he was walking around, I think his house, saying how he needs money to fix up the house. But what the people was looking at, the ones who focus on Gambia, they were saying that how the woman who's covered in the Muslim attire, she was looking at his mother funny, and then he put up a crowdfundme begging for money, and Gambians don't beg. Apparently, they work very, very hard. They work very, very hard, people, so they don't beg. And because he's begging, he's making them look bad. So a few people was investigating and looking into it and trying to break down who the lady was. Is she American? And the things she was asking for, because the things she was asking for, they said doesn't mount up to the amount of money that she's asking for. So that's one part of the story. Oh, pardon me. So Jayola is looked down upon. Plus, there's a message from his dad because his dad also died. So there's a message of his dad that said that he was smoking and doing all sorts, you know, um, was it smoking all sorts and not helping the family in the compound or the area where he was. So there's a lot of suspicion right now on Haman Jallow. Right. I think I explained that one right. So what's the next thing again, Mr. Milt? Oh yes. Young Pharaoh. Should I go there? Do I need to go there? Is it worth me going there? I think everybody else has gone there. Young Pharaoh. There's a person called Solar Moon, and she puts up Pharaoh and his ex escapades right now. Pharaoh seemed like a bit of a prick, I will say, a bit of a Burke. He's changed a lot. That same young man who used to give information, he's not the same young man at all, not in any shape or form. So if people is following him now, that's not, he was never like that before. Not only that, he's made his wife a single mother. To me, this is ridiculous. I feel that he's let us women who's been grown and we've been through a lot and we see a happy family, he's probably put her through a lot, because now she's saying that how he's got narcissistic ways and this and that and this and that and this and that. Now they're going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. There's a whole heap of hoopla going on over that side. So young Pharaoh, big question over that one. He's turning to the new polite. I think that's what it comes down to. So nah, I think I'm on subscribing from young Pharaoh. He's changed so much. The tattoos, I don't even know. He's unrecognizable right now. I don't recognize him. He talks a lot of faff. I'm just not in it. So yeah, that's one. That's the next one. Oh yes. And oh yes, that slave picture. I need to find it. If you haven't seen that slave picture, I need to find it. I need to find it. Or I need to find it. My chest. Here it is. If you haven't seen it, hi. Let me see if we can put it up. This diabolical picture. Hi, Real Talk. Hiya. I don't even know if I've covered what I said I was going to cover, but anyway. This is the picture. It's supposed to be an engagement picture. I don't know what to make of it. I just think, what is he thinking? How did it come about this? Why would you do this? I don't know. Let's get bigger. That's just, I don't even know. What was the idea behind it? They said it wasn't a engagement picture, but I don't know what's it trying to say. Okay, so I'm putting this out. What do you think this is saying? What does this say to you? This speaks to me antebellum right now. I don't know about nobody else. Antebellum. I just see antebellum. Okay, so it's just crazy. Oh yes, let me put in the link in the sub. Pardon me. See, I mustn't drink cola before I come on to talk. What does it speak to you? Yeah, Real Talk. You can come on up. Antebellum. This speaks to me. Antebellum. Today is like a news day. I'm just all around. I'm just rounding everybody up today. Nature boy, everybody's getting it today. It's just too much. It's too much. Our community is really crazy. Our community is crazy. Okay, that's all right. Our community is crazy. Our community is definitely at a crossroads. I don't even know. It's at a crossroads. That's what I think. The scholars has gone crazy. Pictures like this is coming up. Also, you know what else? Apart from this, I'm gonna show there was a tribute done in the park. So we're just gonna block out these two people because, like, you know, it's just irritating me right now. There was a tribute done in the park today. Brother Dougie that died. I think I can't remember how long now. So they did a tribute. So I'm gonna put up the two videos of his tribute because you know that this has to be done. You know, when the dead pass, you have to remember them. You know. So let me find. Oh, nothing's happened to the volume. Sorry, I cut myself off by accident. This was Dougie's tribute. I think it was today in the UK. He was a activist over here. He's done a lot of work over here, and this was they did drumming for him. They did this circle for him. As you can see, they got a whole circle for him outside in the park. I don't know where we can see it. Yeah, a whole circle for him. I'll show you the little poster what they did for him as well. I have met Dougie. I'll probably do a whole tribute to him myself because he's a really humble elder. So they're counting. That's what they're doing. They're counting. They're going around counting. How many people is there? There's lots of people went to this. Lots of people. Well, yeah, lots of people turned up. So Darren Henry shows the people. This is all of them at the park. Is it echoing? Is it echoing? If it's echoing, let me turn off this side.
Load up. Get it up. Get it up. Oh, you put that. Yeah. 102, 103, 107, 109. 112.
113.
114.
115.
116.
117.
118.
119.
120.
121.
122.
123.
124.
125.
126.
127.
128. Find your voice. 129. Found.
And 130.
130. And I am first again.
I'm going to say an affirmation, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to say an affirmation. Hopefully you can all hear my voice.
Yes.
It's an affirmation of unity. And it's an affirmation of peace. So hold each other's hands tight. Follow after me. And say, I am in the love of all. I am in the love of all. And all love is in me. I am a part of all. And all is a part of me. I am one with all. And all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of all. Or fail as an individual. This is the powerful part. The all is, I am. The all can, I can. The all does, I do. Amen. 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 Thank you.
So that was Dougie's little, that's the tribute, one of the bit of the tribute, what they did for Dougie, I think today. I don't know whether Jessica went or, because Dougie touched a lot of people in the community, in the conscious community in UK. He did a lot, his work. He's similar to Malik Shabazz in a lot of ways. He inspired a lot of people. He worked with a lot of men. I even went on there. I found another video of him talking to people, working behind the scenes, all sorts of things. He is definitely going to be missed. Believe that. Him and Menelik Shabazz, because it's been a year of deaths, transitions. There's been a year of that. And I think there's going to be more coming. So, even though there's all this revelation about Blaxit, revelations about a young pharaoh, these are all things that are coming forward in the community, because young pharaoh was always known as a scammer, and to be honest, I doubted him for a very long time. There was an elder that's called Baba Rashon who exposed him, and he's been on his tail for a long time. So now all this has come out. It's like one of those things where you're just like, wow, you just can't believe what you're hearing. And young Pharaoh, he's still young, mind you, so he might change, who knows. He used that girl anyway. That's what I feel, and I think others may agree, because conscious men put on a front on the outside. They do this all the time. This is on a day-to-day basis. I used to be Rasta back in the day, and I can tell you the way he's acting is not unusual in the conscious community. It's not unusual at all, because they would have you and they will have how many women with you? Well, you know, or vice versa. And as you see, like the Wesley, like I showed, who's actually doing the polygamy situation right on a whole, even though he looks very glossy. But a lot of the conscious men, they have status, they hold cards, they have what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I switched from Dougie and I've come to here. Sorry, I tend to jump, but yes, some of them, not all of them. So I'm not going to put all in the same box, because some of them do actually deal with their family life, do actually do the children, do actually make sure that the woman is good, you know. So I'm not knocking all. Probably I might even have to do a live strictly on conscious men, because the new women coming up, they're gonna have a lot to deal with, because some cases you get molded and whatever. If you are rebellious and hard and stubborn, it makes it even 10 times harder for them to mold you. So Golden Beauty got molded by young Pharaoh. That's what I think happened. He got her young. He obviously came out of prison. He needed a place for whatever. And he also used her, but he was with her for 4 years, I think. Is it 4 years? 4 years. 4 years or something like that. He was with her long. That's long. That's quite long. They're more or less married. They passed boyfriend and girlfriend. Plus they had the children. So for him to turn around and abuse, he's literally been going backwards and forwards with her online, literally. Even the beefing, one of the beefing sector channels two of them picked up on him. And the irony is, he makes the conscious community look bad in a kind of a way, because but saying that this happens all the time. And yes, they are quick to make women single mothers, shocking as it is, because to them, they want to reach a certain, they want to be big in the conscious community. So you can be a good woman, it doesn't make no difference, because they will make a name for themselves. And if they feel they got to drop you, if they see something better, that the grass is greener, they will move on so they can get bigger elsewhere. That's what they do. And I'm not a bitter woman, so don't get it twisted or nothing, but that's how it works in most cases. I'm not saying all of them do, because there is an elderly couple who's been together for long, and they're in Gambia now. Actually, I can't remember how long he's been with her for long. They're growing children and everything. So it's not all. Okay, women, it's not all. Still hold out hope. There is good men out there. It's just finding them. It's where you find them, where you go, and all that stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to that one I love to hate so much. I hate to call his name, but you know what? I'm going to call it now. Nature Boy. Now, Real Talk TV said this in the past. She said, if he went, what would people do? What would they do, really? What would they do? I mean, I'm glad that there's people like World News on his butt. To be honest, I think he does actually hold information. He does. He does, and he finds out new information on him. And he was faking, looks like he was faking the Rona last week. And I think it's the disease that he has on him that is now taking effect, because HIV has different effect on different people. He can subdue it with tablets, herbs, or whatever, which is truth because I've spoken to some HIV sufferers. You can actually subdue it. So I feel that it was a bit more to what is going on with him, and he's on the begging again. And however, this thing pans out, but it looks like he ain't going nowhere, to be honest, from where I'm sitting. I think the most informative channel right about now, I mean, I watch the other channels as well. Well, it's very informative. I really give him that. His detective work is on point as well. He sees things you don't see, we don't see. He goes into places we don't, or however he gets his information, he gets it. Bigo, no, that seemed like a crazy place, but he's able to navigate himself around the Bigo. I was just talking to Real Talk earlier about the lady who popped up on the, what's it call it? She popped up on, she had a little mini interview, and today, I don't know, someone tell me to go and look at one of her videos where she did the exorcism, should I say? It's more like exorcism on one of the members. It's good. It's a good thing what she done. I just don't recognize the young lady. The face doesn't, I can't recognize her face because she looks a cross between Velvet and Syrian, I think is. She looks a cross between two people for me. So, but my thing is, because the girls joined the ex-carbonation girl has joined the lady as her wife. So whenever you're free, we'll talk, let's pop up here, because like we was just having this conversation earlier. She joined her membership. I mean, fair enough, get healing, yes. Yes, get healing. Let me get this before it pops up. Get healing. But why are you becoming a wife? Why are you becoming a wife? You shouldn't have to become a wife or whatever. You shouldn't have to become a wife. Oh, am I looking into it too much? Because I was looking at the video and she's after I think she spoke about something. She was talking, I might have to look at it again. But then later on, she's kissing the girl that was leaning on her shoulder. I think that's her girlfriend or partner or whatever. And then she kissed the girl. So, I don't know. The link's there. You can pop up and say your piece because to me that is crazy. How can you run from one damaging, well, not that the ladies are damaged, not that she's She's into healing. She'll probably learn stuff from her. I can see that. But I think when people leave things like that, I mean, as hard as it is, sometimes you need to stay away or just be associates, you know, be the outside party, but you still come visit them, you know, or be in their care as it is or whatever. Because if that exorcism, what she's talking about, where she had to push out a demon out of her body like a baby, right? Now, when you have sex with a person, right, you take on their whole entire energy. In women's cases, you can get tired. Your energy can be, well, zapped, tired. What's the next thing? Oh, you're having problems with your audio. Oh, okay. All right. Just type out what you're thinking, and I'll put it up on the screen. What's the word? What was I saying? Where was I now? Yeah, she meant to have had this exorcism, right? She had this exorcism done to her because it's an exorcism, right? She came from carbonation. They did an exorcism on her, right? She pushed out a whole demon in a spiritual body, like Rosemary's that movie. And after all that, it said you settle yourself, you go to another tribe. I don't know how long ago that video was done, but my thing is, when you just chill out for a while or cool out for a while. Yes, thank you. Let me put it up on screen because I said I'm going to do that. Yes, it's very strange because on the Bigo Live, when she was talking, and she was talking about the matriarch, the patriarch, which I know about all that already, right? The matriarch, the patriarch, the primal mother, she brought out words like that. I reckon I heard them words before anyway. So my thing is, why would you, let's say you say to the girl, okay, because you've been in relationships or whatever before, all right, let's not do this, right? Let's just call it, like when you go to, like when you do meetings and you're still the outside, but you have your toe in, like me. I always have a toe into the conscious community. I'm outside of the community, but I still have an ear to the community, right? So when things are going on, I'll probably hear about it or probably not, or somebody will tell me. You can be like that. You don't have to join another organ to fulfill your spirit, because like I've always said, I was part of the conscious community from the 90s, the ending of the 90s, in fact, right? So to me, right, I was part of Nation of Islam at one point. I was part of Rasta, and then I reached to Ifa. But I'm not fully into Ifa because I'm kind of born a certain way. I'm sort of brought up in certain circumstances, but I know my power as a woman, basically. I know my worth. Even though I probably slipped and slid a couple times, but I always come back. My thing is, which is what I've always said to people, you don't need to join something. If you run from something to something else, all right, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping your state of mind. You're trying to fit into this shell because you have to start talk like them. You have to start look like them. I mean, I wear my headscarves now. Before I was aware of my headscarves before, but I think as I got older, I've put back on my headscarves. And I think that's due to age. But some people feel that they have to wear the headscarves the head wrap, sorry, the colours, unless you're not in, i.e. Rasta, or, I mean, even though I can't even say even if you're in that, because even people wear headscarves anyway. But in the video, I don't know if you've seen the video, Real Talk, she's there, she's got the things on her head. She's got the gems on her forehead. All right, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. I understand that part. But she's covered her hair. I mean, they carve her locks, because in the picture on the thumbnail, you see the locks. So they cleansed her. They must have given her a cleansing bath. Oh, so you haven't seen it? I wish I could play it on here. They must have given her a cleansing bath. Then there must have been like a couple of days of prayer, chanting over her, blessing her, cleansing her. And if she was screaming and all what the lady was saying, that they must have had to do that in a couple of days, or I can't see it done in a day. That must have been for a couple of days for this process. But my thing is that how you just heal this person, but then she's come your wife. That the two don't match, the two don't go together for me. Well, I could be wrong. I mean, like I'm saying, I could be wrong, because my circumstances, all my organs, what I've joined in the past, and I've never joined a Rasta organ, funny enough. I almost became a Nuwapian, maybe, or Hebrew Israelite, maybe, but then I wasn't drawn to that. So my thing is, why would you leave one to join another thing? You know, it's just crazy. It's just proper crazy. I don't get it. And I think it's a strange situation. Fair enough, the lady is very on her P's and Q's and her onions. Yeah, she knows her thing. Yeah, I've seen ones like her. Yeah, I was attracted to the Nuwapians. When I was in Nation of Islam, there's a sister, well, I hate saying the sister word. It sounds like a snake in it. There was a sister friend, as them say. She was second. She was the second of the MGT. So then she left the MGT and she went to the Nuwapians. But then she got high ranking straight away in the Nuwapians. And when I saw her again, I think she was similar to where his daughter is now. She was in that stead when I saw her that time. And she seemed happy. What can I say? She seemed happy. But that time, I think I used to see them selling their magazines and the little booklets and stuff like that. But I was a little bit attracted to them. But I used to talk to a lot of Hebrew Israelites, a few Israelites men I used to talk to as well. So, but I didn't know that the Hebrew Israelites do the polygamy. I didn't know they did that. It's later on I found out about it, but that's after I had my children. So I didn't know. So when I found out later on, I realized I made a good choice. My decisions was all good, because sometimes, right, it's not all decisions are bad, but it seems to me now it's like they're trying to find an easy route. You can't find an easy route. Like I got into Nation of Islam, because the brothers, one of the brothers used to be around near where I used to live, and he used to sell the papers, and he always used to say, "Oh, you need to come to one of our classes," and all this, and I had a young one at the time, so I chose to go to Nation of Islam first. Yeah, they have. Well, Nation of Islam have toxic masculinity, because some of the Nation of Islam brothers, right? Well, I don't know about the ones over here. Wasn't like that before. Before they would approach you, man or woman or whatever. Pardon me, man or woman, and they would sell you a paper. Sell you papers. That's how I got to know about Nation, because I did see one or two. I didn't used to see them a lot, and then I sort of went to Nation of Islam, I would say, by accident. It wasn't because I was wanting everything or I was seeking anything. That was just one route that I went into, but I think I was a curious one. Oh, both of them. Now they're toxic now, but they weren't like that before. They weren't like that. The men used to be on spar. They used to be on a level, but I don't know whether it's the change of times, I guess, because in the early 90s, I don't know about the Hebrew Israelites, but the Nation of Islam, when I used to go, they'll make sure they will pick you up from your door and they will bring you back to your house. Because I made it to an ex. The only way I would be Muhammad is if I got married. I never got married to nobody in the Nation of Islam. To be honest, I wasn't looking for no husband. So that wasn't the first thing on my priority list, basically. I was just caught up in selling papers like the rest of them, because I used to go out with the sisters and sell the papers. I used to try to dress like the sisters in the white. What? Oh, I forgot to put your thing. Hold on. Masculinity. What made you interested in being part of the group? Because the reason why I was interested in them, I was just curious. I was a curious one. I used to be curious because I used to think, why are these men dressing in suits? I was just curious, to be honest. It wasn't lacking on nothing or whatever, because my grandmother is the foundation, so my foundation was kind of covered in a sort of way. When I got there, and I heard, it took me a little time to put up my hand to say, okay, I'll join or whatever, but because they don't do the shahada and all that. You just write a letter and then they send it to Chicago and then you get your ex. So my mentor, and she's still there now, she was pretty good. She was really good. I had two mentors, actually. I had two. Like, one died and one is still there now. So I wanted to process, like, me and about 10 women was going through process. One of them was married to one of the men already, so she already had a Muhammad automatically. She still had to do a letter to send to the mosque in Chicago. So it's a process to it. It's a process, honestly. You can't just walk in off the road like any hotel, whatever. And the men always made sure the women, like, even if you met them at a certain time of your life, somehow you end up doing some kind of work, because they would either be a lawyer, a nurse, a doula, something. They're always something. They're never not doing nothing. Their wives be doing something and they be doing something. They do not have their wives low level. They never have their wives at low level doing whatever. Their wives are either teaching, or they're in a shop, or they're doing something. So that's what I know of Nation of Islam. I haven't known anything else of Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam always teach you self-economical things. That's the first thing they teach you. The men will have their meeting and the women have their meeting. They are separated. So that, like, you know what I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. But I don't understand why. Sorry, my voice is all shaking. You know when you get passionate about something. I don't understand why this lady moved from carbonation to, I don't know, Zen wombs. Instead of she just be her apprentice. Like, It's quite sad, really. But from what I know of the conscious community now is different. It's so different. It's all about how you look. It's all about who knows who. If you know somebody, you can get high up or whatever. If you don't know somebody, well, you're just like you're just part of the numbers, isn't it? So that's how they work all the time. So like me, like Jessica, I remember meeting Jessica at a Marcus Garvey rally. Right, she's been a Rasta for a long time. She's never changed. She's never wavered. She's never altered. She's never changed how she is or whatever. She's always been one way. So I used to go to the Marcus Garvey marches. I used to do the marches until Mutabaruka said that the African liberation, Africa is not liberated. Why are you at this event? And then from then, I said, nah, I ain't going to no again. But I still used to go to mosque now and again to visit people. But even then, what I found, because I was very bright in certain ways, don't know whether that's due to how I was brought up or whatever I've been through, I don't even know. They didn't like it. Then they had the colorism problem in mosque. There was a bit of colorism going on where like the men would choose light-skinned wives. There's a few little things, but it wasn't I didn't see no toxic masculinity there because yeah, they had colorism. Colorism is high in the mosque. It was really high, honestly. It was really, really, really high. Me being a dark-skinned dark woman, yeah, I was dark-skinned, plus I had locks on my head. The minister used to cuss Selassie. I wouldn't say I was into Selassie. I just used to like locks. Honestly, I grew my locks because I liked it. And because I always go out with locks, men with locks. So the leader was talking about Selassie, and I was the only dreadlocks at the time there. Now they're quite open now. They can wear dreadlocks, they can wear weave, they can wear this, they can wear lashes. They're very free now, I can say, in certain ways now. Nation of Islam wasn't like that before. Nation of Islam used to be strict. You couldn't turn up, like, if you have locks on your head as a man, you have to shave it off. I mean, the women can probably get away with it because like you got the veil thing on your head or the headscarf on your head or whatever. But they wasn't into locks. They weren't into dreadlocks at all. They weren't into it. That wasn't their thing. So, because especially if they follow Minister Farrakhan to the letter, because Minister Farrakhan, if he puts up a proclamation saying, okay, like one time he put up a proclamation to say that the ex-members need to come back. So they started to phone all the ex-members to come back. I think I was one of them. And I think one lady, she returned there. She's back there now, fully. But I never returned because I was in with someone and he wasn't really in it anyway. So he's like, no, what are you going to them for or whatever. But his point was obviously made sense. So, but yeah, there was a lot of colorism in it. Yeah, one lady was there for a long time, long time. I think she got married after I left, I think. But there was a lot of colorism going on in the mosque. There was a lot of colorism. If you're a single mum, you go there. The women will be talking about their husbands and their husbands and their husbands, and then you got to sit there like Moko and look kind of weird. And there used to be a lot of that. So, but Nation, I think they're changing now because they're more dealing with other organizations. Before there was closed shop. No, they won't deal with no other organization at all. So that's my experience Yeah, there used to be clothes shop over here. There were clothes shop. You know, you can't go into their school unless you're a member. You can't be a part of the MGT classes unless you're a member, or unless they're recruiting, or you're one of the recruits. You can't just go in just. Oh, it wasn't like that before. Now they're probably a little more freer now. I feel they had to free up a little more. Yeah, them days was different. I told you, consciousness has changed a lot. It's changed a whole lot because people like Nature Boy, I would never had known about. You know, I know about the new RP. I didn't even know Moorish. I didn't even know about the Moorish temple until later on. But I used to know about the New Warpians and used to know about the Saraset Society. Who else is there? There's quite a few of them. Like a Saraset Society with Ra and Nefer. There's a lot of black yogis around. Shoda Riwa over here. There's a lot of them. There's a lot. So the conscious community is full. Yeah, they do find a way to get followers as well. They do find it. But Ra and Nefer, he talks very slow, honestly. He's slow. He talks like how he writes his books. It's very annoying, honestly. Him and Moata Ashby. So so when I'm watching people like Young Pharaoh and that, and you've been around and you hear certain things and you see certain things, when you know how it is, right, innit? So like the Patar Council over here, we have the Patar Council over here. He's been with his wife for a long time. He's an Egyptian slash, I can't remember, I can't describe him. But when you see him, he's always dressed like a pharaoh. I think I have a picture of him somewhere actually. I don't know if I should draw it up. I don't want to dox people and all this, but he dresses like a pharaoh. He has the one lock and everything. He wears the clothes. He wears the shoes. His wife dresses like the pharaoh, like Ramses. He dresses like Ramses basically, and she dresses like, she has the hats, the beautiful hats and the colors, and they raise their children dressed a certain way too. So we have the Patar Council over here. We have the Moorish over here. We have Rasta. We have Nation. We ain't got 5%ers. We ain't got the other percenters. We ain't got all them ones there. I don't think I've even seen them. So, when people talk about consciousness and consciousness, what it is to me, they're doing it halfway. They're not doing the work, because when you come conscious of who you are as a person, like me, though I've dropped out, because I can only use myself as an example, though I dropped out of the conscious community a few times, I can always go back to the conscious community. Sometimes I go, it depends. I can always go and I can enter and I don't get drama. And they know me for my children, or they know me for all my children and me and myself, or some remember me. And if the friendship was quite deep, they keep their links. But consciousness is gone completely AWOL. It's not the same like it used to be back in the day. It's not the same. The goals is not the same. The objective is not the same. Everything's changed. So I don't know whether you've been in around the conscious community, real talk, but it's definitely changed a lot. It's all about how you look. Like I said, it's all about how you look. Some of them is how much unks you wear, which don't mean nothing. How much hotep you say, or greetings, grand rising. In most cases, how you say. That's how they recognize how much sister, brother. And even when they say sister and brother, they don't mean it. It's fake. So some people are looking for a place to be in. So that's the only way I can look at what's going on with Nature Boy and this woman who deal with that girl. Or maybe I'm going on, I'm waffling, innit? Tell me if me waffling, me no know. I must be waffling. Because it's a bit deeper than that. When you come conscious and you know yourself, you looked into yourself, I think, like, it's taken me a long time to get to this, to get where I am now, where I am at the level where I don't need to please people. I please myself. Like, that's what I feel. And consciousness is not just a word. It's a movement. It's how you are with people. It's how you talk to people. Some people might take that as a weakness. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right then. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, I'll message you later. But some people take things as a weakness. Yeah. Yeah. I'll talk to you later. When it goes up, you can leave a comment. Yeah. So that's how I see consciousness is a lot deeper than how it is. People think being conscious or woke is a whole something else, right? So because you wear a couple bright color and you tie up your hair and you're vegan or whatever, they think that's it. It's not it. That's not it. You have to work through your stuff. You have to work through your stuff. Your stuff comes onto you every single day. Every single day you're going through something. Sometimes you don't even want to face certain things. I know it for a fact. Because when you're but some people think it's the con at the end, right? They talk about consciousness. You're conning a whole lot of people. Oh, thank you. You know, it's conning. There's a con. Take away the rest of it. It's a con. A lot of it is a con. So a lot of people play on people's searching what they're searching for. The girl, I feel the lady, I'm gonna put her link in the thing, and you lot can tell me what you think. Because me, I would think that how if you just healed a person, you spent time healing a person, probably for a whole couple days or a week, or I don't even know how long she was there for. And then you're there and you make her your wife. After you just spoke all that on the Bigo. And to me, right, if women is supposed to be awakening and we're supposed to be doing the work, like you're bringing her into your thing. Okay, fair enough, right? You can be a covering of women or whatever. You can be a not a coven, a tribe of women, because in Africa they have a tribe of women that work spiritual stuff or whatever. Yeah, the Mummy Water in Ghana is one of them. Where it's pure women, or is it Benin? It's pure women. Yeah, I get that, but the fact that how she's brought her into being her wife, and to me, when sex come into play, when you're dealing with consciousness, or you're bringing in somebody into something like that, after you just gave an exorcism, she's supposed to have time to heal her mind, her body, and her soul, because it's not simple like that. And the woman, yes, she drums brilliantly. She sounds like a master drummer. no capping. But like, it's just, I don't know, or maybe I'm over analyzing because I know I don't overthink things. But yeah, it's very sad that how these young women seeking and men seeking, and there's these people who's out there to take them, even if she's not for the bad of the woman, of the girl. But, and I'm trying not to get distracted from what's going on with me around the world, but this to me is a bit disturbing, a little bit, because like I said as well, I can use myself as an example because I've been part of the conscious community in the past, and it's not like, and I still have a toe in, but if you're being the elder, the matriarch or patriarchal one, right? You're the elder, and she's the child, more or less, coming to you, right? And you and a couple of the patriarchal ones that spend time healing this lady, and you go and you make her your wife. It's kind of disturbing because in no form or fashion should that lady be your wife. She's supposed to be, I wouldn't say isolating, she's supposed to be trying to find herself. And I'm sure that young lady is very young herself. And I'm not running Zane wounds at all. Maybe she have her reasons, I don't know, but she could have even taken her under her wing as her daughter. Because all that French kissing and fartassery foolishness doesn't need to be done online. And like I said, there is a lot of efferys going on online right now. So I really shouldn't be surprised because there's no need for that. So to me, when you have a root cause, you have to deal with it. If there's something wrong with your eye, you take time. Right, your leg, right, when you have a graze on your leg or your head or a thing in your head, it doesn't go away in just a week. Sometimes the womb has to take time and come together and heal and heal. I don't know. I could be just talking rubbish, but this is what's coming to me. The womb take time to heal before it scab over, before it gets back to normal skin. You can't just heal, so you move on, right? And then like you go and you do something else again and you tear up your skin again. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And to me, I feel some people need time, whether it be in a sweat lodge situation, chanting situation, Reiki. If they need to do Reiki, they do their Reiki. If you need to do your sound healing, you do your sound healing. If you need to do your journaling, you do your journaling, because that's how you can self-assess yourself. If it means that you sit by yourself, you're playing music, even that's healing by itself, just listening to music alone. And it all depends on the gigahertz or the hertz itself. You have to take time and you have to come to yourself. You can't just come to yourself boom like that. So that exorcism or whatever they did must have been major, because I'm going to put also what she said on that Bigo, about that same girl. So me, I feel like I'm talking a lot and I must be driving somewhere else because I'm talking, and it's like when it comes to talking about nature boy or whatever, nasty boy, because he's dealing with the occult, which people saying allegedly he's dealing with the occult, which is not impossible. Someone's paying him. Somebody somewhere is paying him. There's a baby that still ain't got no what happened to the baby all now. The other lady who she killed she mother. People who entangle themselves in the talks about Nature Boy, they're beefing with each other right now. So his energy is not good at all. And maybe people like World seem strong-willed already anyway. So World and others. Cola James deals with Santeria. So she's fine. She's covered. She cool. But others who's not dealing with such arts, they have to be careful when they're dealing with that type of demon energy, whatever you call him, because he actually puts out on the digital. He does do it. He projects a lot. Just looking at his face, it's not even good. Like if there's no commentary done over his videos, I feel that how, like she said, you can get sucked in. But if your mind is strong, and you are strong, and you're not taken in by these people who seem to look the part, who seems to talk just because they talk and they talk about reflections and they talk about this. I can't remember the next word they use. It doesn't make them conscious, because anybody can say them words. Anybody can talk consciousness. Right, and sometimes it doesn't always mean that it is some people are not who they are. Basically, they're not who they are. You just have to be aware. You have to use discernment. Even with the Africa Bambata situation, he came up underneath consciousness. People knew what was going on. They did nothing. This is the same situation with Nature Boy. And probably there's more like him out there who's underneath the umbrella, who nobody don't see. Just because they don't put things on the internet, it doesn't mean to say it's not happening. And, look at me now. I've digressed. I've gone somewhere else. It doesn't mean that it does not happening because it's not on the net. Right? Like I said, just like young Pharaoh, he's playing it out now. No, what take over him head? Probably he was always that way from before. Has anybody thought of that? He probably was always was scamming from before. So why should now be any different? So I don't see why people just don't use their mind, their head, their third eye, because right now it's a spiritual warfare going on. So you can't always take in what you see. You have to know what you're dealing with. And Blaxit, whoever, everybody's under some scamming thing right now. Everybody wants money. There was a lockdown for how long? So everybody wants money. So if there's a way to get money, they will get money. So I digress again. See, I wasn't even going to go in deep about the carbonation thing. So to me, I just feel that how if you have deep issues within yourself, you have to deal with it however you deal with it. Some people don't even know they have issues. That's the thing. Until they reach certain people, and then their issues tend to flare up. And if they have real good friends who, like my friends, what they used to do back in the day when I had younger children, they used to come directly to my house and knock on my door. Fair enough, this is different times. This is different times. Yes, it is different times. But not everybody's like that, where they will turn up on your doorstep and talk to you harshly. Because sometimes when your friend talk to you harsh, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good. But sometimes it can help you. So, yeah, I really feel like I'm waffling on now. So I was really hoping that real talk come up as well, because like she was looking at the Blaxit thing, you know. So I feel that how people need to wake up when you're watching people like Nature Boy and you feel that there's something coming out of the screen at you. You go, you watch the commentary. You don't watch the videos then. You don't need to watch the videos by itself without talking. Because he is a distraction. He's a distraction. He is. Even I get distracted by him a lot. So I'm not just talking at people, I'm talking to myself too. He is a distraction. He's a distraction. And on top of that, when the person's doing the commentary, it helps break down in your mind, because by them talking about what's going on with him, right, when you're looking at the videos, he don't have the same effect on you like he would have on on whoever he's chatting to. Because he's chatting to youngsters. A lot of the youngsters are fooled by him. A lot of the youngsters are practicing what he's doing. A lot of the youngsters is questioning their sexuality. A lot of the youngsters is not healed. Velvet is not healed. I know for a fact she ain't healed. Because the message from the lady was that how Velvet will be the one to take him down. Velvet is not strong. She's not a strong woman at all. A strong girl. She may have been schooled well by him, yes. Her taking him down, I can't see it somehow. And I don't think he's going down for now. So with him, you have to get to the money source and people have to stop promoting him. So one or two have to stop promoting him. Cola James is good. Why she's good? Because she does blast him Ross. She blasts him while she's watching the video. She don't just sit and watch the videos just like that. She blasts. There's another one. There's another real talk. Lady somebody. She talk little sense too. I think there's a lot of them. There's quite a few of them that talk the video, but they let the video play. SL does it. SL Davis does it sometimes. I think it all depends on what is going on at the time. But she did get taken in by him at one point. But I feel she's not taken in by him no more. So you have to choose the channel who talks, who gives the commentary that unlocks your mind and make you think. So I don't even know how long I'm on here for. I don't even know. I'm just going to come off because I feel I got off my chest what I need to say. And there's nothing more to be said. I wish Master Mundi Fee will start doing her videos again, because she was able to cut him Ross too. So I just feel in myself when he goes down, and I keep saying I feel it in myself, because until I see things happen, when I see it happen, when I see them put them cuffs on that man, and I don't like to put prison on no black man, but that black man, he need to go. He need to go. He's not well. He has several personalities. He's not a well man. He's feeding off them youngsters. Wherever they go, they're by themselves, or they don't want to leave, or whatever the case may be. He's feeding off of them so much, feeding off of them, even to a point where Malia thinks she's gangster. He can put their life into danger. So we the community, well, I keep saying we the community. I don't even know why me bother saying we the community, because half the time the community don't do niche. We don't do nothing. We talk a whole heap of hoopla, whole heap of this and this and this and this. We don't do nothing. I mean, like, you can turn it to me and say, what am I doing? But I've done my work. I've done for the community my bit. I was healing out there. I was out there healing people at one point. I was out there working with people out there, working in charities, all sorts. So to me, there's no, you don't get no medals or thing to say, oh yeah, I was doing this and I was doing that. The ones who's doing good, you carry on doing. Because some people, they come to a point where they feel like they're giving and giving and giving and they don't get nothing in return. Well, not that you're looking for anything in return, but you have to sit down and let the next lot take over. Okay, so that's how I look at it. So I'm gonna go off, because if you like me, gonna start waffle and me gonna go all around the all houses and up this and up this and up. I don't want to do that. So I just talk in my PC. What turn into turn into a little chat, turn to a big chat, turn to a huge chat. So hopefully I will do an open panel, because I want to hear some voices other than my own, because I get hoarse up here sometimes. That's why I don't talk too much. I'd rather play a video and talk when I need to, because it's important that we come together as a people, whether we care to see it or not. There is some scampish ones out there. Yes, there is. But there's some people who's prepared to work together. Like I said, Chris Cypress, TSL, they work together. They have their argument, they have their fallout. But I'll tell you one thing, they come together on a whole. They do it offline, they do it online, they come together. Okay, not all of us is living in the same country. We have to find a way to talk to each other. We have to find a way. I don't even know what else to say on the matter, because I still see there is a big division in some cases. Right? There's division. Yeah. The division is bad. It's quite wide. And I don't want to preach. I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching. I'm just speaking my mind. We're very divided. We're very, very, very divided. And when things start to change in the world, because it's changing, a lot of things is changing. Lockdown city outside there now, or they're thinking about it again, putting people back under the lock and key again. So people need to get a grip. You know, you need to, I don't even know what to tell you. Yeah, right, whatever the answer lies inside of you. I can't tell you what to do. I can only know for myself. You have to work on, you have to know what you want to do for yourself and your family, because Nature Boy is going to be around for probably even longer. I ain't putting nothing in the air, but he don't look like him going anywhere. So sometimes it's best to let the people who know what they're doing to deal with him. Young Pharaoh, I just hope he grows up a little bit and stop being childish and ridiculous and start talk shit, because he's talking shit. He's all over the joint right now. He's all over the joint. And I wish that a big but I don't even think he would listen to an elder right about now. I think he's lost respect for everybody. He ain't listened to nobody. He don't even respect the woman who carried his children. He has no respect for nobody. He says he's a king. Now he tattoo up him eye. Oh yes, me should show you this. Show you this tattoo, what he knew. Let me pull him up. Now, fair enough, you're dealing with the Egyptian order. Yes, you're dealing with the Egyptian order. You know, people can take things too far. They don't think about what the hell. When they get older, their face is gonna start wrinkle up. Their skin's gonna go with that ink. Is gonna look bad when he gets older. Let me show you what we mean. This is too much. This is too much. He's doing too much. Honestly, he's doing too much. Now, this is what I call toxic masculinity right in front of us right now. He's just like Nature Boy, you can say. Everything he said about Nature Boy, he's literally turned into Nature Boy. He's turned into him. And it's a shame because he's a very intelligent young man. He's very knowledgeable. But maybe knowledge turn you stupid. Now, he tattoo up him eye. You see how he tattoo up him eye? I'll try and tattoo up him eye. He tattoo up him eye. So don't you want to get a job? Do people even think that this person have no thought for himself or anybody else? He doesn't care. He don't business. He tattoo up him eye. He tattoo up him neck. Fair enough, you're a rapper. Okay, we get it. You put a whole eye of Horus on your eye. That signifies nothing because that's just ink and skin. But you forget one thing. When you get older, you're going to get your skin changes. The more older you get, your skin changes. Right, you could be drinking the most water, the most this, and you still have massive rashes on the side of your face anyway. So it don't mean nothing. You know? So all that money you're taking and spend for your big Lamborghini, then and let's just show the Lamborghini, the car. Let me see the car on here. He going through midlife crisis. Look, truck. There's nothing wrong with material things. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. All this showboating for what? When you have how many children to take care of? I don't think the car's on here. Don't think the car's on here. The car's not on here. This is what money do to you. Is that you feed your community. You gotta feed yourself. And Baba Roshan is just on point. I wish I could show his video. I really do. He's on point because he had your number from day one. People doubt him. But oh yes, Miss Emmy was gonna come off in it. This is not conscious. This is not spiritual. There's nothing in this that says spiritual. You're just tattoo. You're just you might as well be one of the peasants one of the normal people, folks outside. You might as well just trim off your locks, be a fashion locks, and just be normal. Just be normal. Just be normal. This is not this is a whole next level. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna come off because I think I said enough. I think I've ranted and raved enough. Now I see why they say that. How, right? You see how people just turn this YouTube into therapy. You can't. This is not therapy place here. This is a teaching thing here with people, because people will get taken in by this nonsense here. Because this is nonsense. A black man could be intelligent and he don't have to be the stereotype. I've met black men who've got locks on their head. They work in everyday jobs. All right? They don't tattoo themselves up. They don't sag. They don't do all that foolishness. Right? So this, what you're doing is stupidness, because you're not showing the youth that comes after you better. And the young men is going to be looking at you and they're going to think, oh yeah, I got to put Aya Horus upon my eye and tattoo up my neck. You know, young Pharaoh is really stupid, you know. Hold up, let me just tell you this. Young Pharaoh is dumb. Right? Shall I tell you why? The ex-woman, the ex-girl, she found out she's indigenous of the land. She's Blackfoot and I forgot the other tribe. Right? She come from that root. He had a woman who's already there in a kind of way. Right? She's younger than him. Yes, she is. Cherokee, that's it. She's one parent is Blackfoot and one parent is Cherokee. She's indigenous Indian. Right? Because people saying, oh yeah, she's mixed race and this and that and that. She's not. That is what you see there is an indigenous Aboriginal woman he was with. And this man says he's conscious. Right? And you had the root right in your hand. Right? She only just found out, I think, and on top of that, right? She had pictures of her grandmother, of her two grandmothers. That's it, her two grandmothers, right? She is indigenous to America. She's what Peanut be talking about all this time. You know, when I see that, I just remembered what Peanut was talking about. Peanut Nola. She's indigenous to the land, right? Young Pharaoh is stupid. He's absolutely dumb. I'm sorry. He's dumb, right? And I'm not making this video about him, but when you have someone who is indigenous to the land, all right, there is a lot of Aboriginal and indigenous Indians in places around America. Because I'm in contact with one on Facebook, and she went to the place where they actually have the sweat lodge. They actually do the dances and everything. So you shoot your foot to spy at your face. I can't remember how the saying go. Anybody who remember that saying? You cut off your nose to spy at your face. You made 3 beautiful children with that girl, right? She knows who she is. She was all disconnecting herself and trying to be one with herself. She's trying to become a massage therapist. Now, whether you push her or not, she even said she got in contact with ancestors. So she probably has shamanic bloodline in her. Her bloodline. She must have shamanic bloodline in her. She could be shaman woman. You don't even know. But anyway, this ain't a video about young Pharaoh. I'm just speaking what I observe from watching his ex-wife. And to be honest, he's not conscious at all. or woke or whatever you call it, aware. I call him aware. I'm not even gonna say conscious no more because there's too much cons out there. He's not aware. His awareness is not that high. He's not spiritual, and to be spiritual, you don't have to tattoo up your ass body, okay? You don't have to do all that. It's a lot deeper than that. You was with somebody, you don't even know who you's dealing with. You should use your third eye. All that Egyptian magic that you're dealing with, you're supposed to know who you're dealing with. But you know me, I digress. I digress again. I digress. I'm getting off of this thing because this thing can make you go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and then you're never done. Stop talk. You're never done. So I'm gonna stop talk. We're gonna rest it there. We're gonna stick up in. I'm gonna stick up in because it's 3:39 now. Past 3 o'clock. This is when the spirit and them stir. And right now, right, we don't want to stir. Luckily, my daughter's not here. But people, be aware of people who call themselves conscious and conscious this and I know. No. Sometimes it's the least person who don't even look like, who don't even wear onk. They drink, some of them, some people drink and they know more than you. They know more than you. Because like you have an onk on you, or you wear a dashiki, you have locks. To me, being aware doesn't have a look. There's no look to it. There's no look. It's what's in the heart at the end of the day. And if your heart is not pure and you haven't got some kind of light forceful in you, all right, people will see you, you know. People will see who you are. So it's for you to know who you're dealing with. Me, I'm a very funny, awkward person and whatever. The same way I pick up friend, the same way I lose friend. Right? So I've come to deal with that. So at the end of the day, it's not a look. It's not a word. It's not a thing. It's who you is how you feel inside. How you feel. And if you're, what's it called? I forgot the word now. I forgot the word. I lose the word. If you don't use that, if you have an inner voice, we all have that inner voice. All of us is born with that thinking. There's something that tells you. You see that? No. See that person? No. Your gut will tell you no. Okay. In some cases, right, I've left channels, but I've gone back to channels. Certain channels I've gone back to. And you know what? Some channels haven't let me down since. When I watch them, they actually have information there. So you have to use that inner, because they say this is the time of awakening and all this stuff. Intuition, that's the word. You need to use your intuition. This is a time for intuition. Right now, we are at a very different time. And these people are opportunists. And what they are doing, they're using that opportunity to come and abuse you as a people. So you have to use that inner voice, that third eye. I used to do rituals all the time. You know, I do rituals now, you know. I don't do rituals now. I don't go to the beach like I used to. I don't do a lot of things like I used to. Right? The most I do, I feed my warriors. That's it. Yeah? Right? And I leave it because it's a bit more deeper than that. You can't just go out and do cleansing ritual. Because if you do cleansing ritual, how many people have to do it all in sync to make it work? It can't just work just like that. And all the hearts have to be one. And I think that's the problem with us, family-wise, community-wise. Something's missing. And I think that's where all the other communities got one over us. Because even in our spirituality, it's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all lost in communication. Communication's lost. We don't be in one. It takes someone to dead for us to be one, as you can see by the video. We look at people from the outside. A beggar can be a messenger, but the messenger doesn't always come, i.e. like Nature Boy. Nature Boy is not a messenger. He's not a messiah. He's nothing. To be honest, he's nothing. Young Pharaoh is not a messenger. He just came and talked about things like me. Sometimes I will come across things what I've read in the past, and then I bring it back up. I'll bring it back up. The Matrix. I used to watch The Matrix. I used to watch the breakdown of Matrix. I knew about Sophia Stewart from before. That's why I put her on my channel. I put up my warriors on my channel a little bit in music. Because I don't need to explain it. I'm not a Santero, but I understand. Look at me. And like I said, I know when you know yourself, yeah, okay, you know yourself, right? You have to use your I keep saying discernment. Discernment keeps coming to my head. Your third eye, that something needs to talk to you. You need to go in deeper into yourself so you can hear that whisper. Because sometimes it's done as a whisper. You could be watching TV, the message will come through that way to you. The messenger will always come to you. So it's left for you to find yourself. Do you know what? I feel like I'm preaching. I'm going to come off because I can feel I'm going further and further, places I don't want to go right now. And this is not the place for me to be talking like this, because people feel, because they see me simple and I talk simple and I don't type very intelligently, that I don't know nothing. But I know, and I learn sometime, because I'm not afraid to learn nothing new. But me, I can go to levels if I want to, but I don't want to go to levels on here, because sometimes it's best to play like you're stupid. Like, know nothing. I haven't got fancy stuff or fancy websites and all this, and I'm not putting no knife in no one's direction, no arrow in no one's direction. I'm just saying, I've done my works, right? I've done it, yeah. So I can happily die tomorrow to know that at least I done something for people, right? So at the end of the day, like I said, people need to use. See, look, I'm going off again. Do you know what? I'm coming off this thing, yeah? See this thing, I just pull you in. I'm coming off. Because like me need to go sleep till not this morning. Me ain't got time to be talking whole next 2-3 hours next. So I'm gonna come off. Please like and comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of the Blaxit, the Nature Boy, everybody, but whom we just mentioned. And yes, open yourself up. Open yourself and no. What am I saying now? You have to know when to open yourself and know when to close yourself down. Okay? Fundi Fee today was talking about law of attraction, and she talked about it in her own way. She's definitely a master of who she is. Right? Like I said, there's Chris Cypers, there's Real Talk, Jessica, World, Lordship, and I'm only just naming a few of who I watch. They all have a little something, something, something. It's like you have to understand the uniqueness of people. People are very unique creatures. See, I'm gone again. People are very unique creatures. And sometimes the weirdest person, right, could be the most knowledgeable person. Because people, oh, she's weird, he's weird. Yes, there is weird people out there. Yes, there is. But sometimes you'll be surprised how they talk, how they express themselves. And you can learn a couple things from them. I learned a couple things from them. Look, we can now all hear the birds tweeting now. Anyways, we're going to come off. Okay, so have a good morning, good afternoon, whatever time span it is in. And just leave a comment and like and subscribe. Yeah. Okay, so with that said, I'll see you later. Bye.